So, here we are for round 2 of the THL Realistic Car Performance Championship. And we are here for the Russian Grand Prix in Sochi. And I've been told by the drivers that it's going to be raining at some point in the race. But it looks like at the moment it's already overcast. So, looks like we'll see some rain quite early on in the race. Or in the middle of the race, could be possible as well. But at some point we'll see rain in this race. So this is round 2. Miku just told me heavy rain is at some point in the race. So in the last 10 laps. Okay, so heavy rain in the last 10 laps according to Miku. It's going to be very interesting, this race, I reckon. Well, Russia usually isn't interesting, but maybe with the rain it could be, but we'll see. We'll see what happens here. So your qualifying results, we had Marco getting pole by 12 thousandths. It's quite close between Marco and Rantix at the moment, with Rantix obviously in the worst car, being the fastest driver on this grid. But Marco, clearly, in that McLaren, has the edge at the moment. But Rantix obviously has good pace. Pytrek, after being too quick for the Racing Point in Australia, has switched to the Renault for this race. Gogachura qualified P4 for Red Bull, then Icebreaker in P5 in the Haas. Lion P6 for Red Bull, Paul 7th, Jagger 8th. Rakdos 9th, Jacob, son of Isaac, in P10, Miku in P11, and Alex Braun in P12. So we have 12 drivers today. So it's looking like an interesting race with that rain. But at the moment it's dry. We have a dry start, so we'll see DRS at least, I hope, for a few laps. I'm just hoping that when it does rain that the fact that there's no DRS won't make it boring in some way. So Marco leading them off. He's actually left quite a bit of a gap. I think he should back up a bit. I think he's doing that right now. Yes, he is. So Marco's just backing up the field right now as we get ready to start round 2 of the THL Realistic Performance League around Russia. Yeah, as I said, Pytrek in the Renault. Pytrek has switched to the Renault after driving for Racing Point in round 1, but easily winning the race despite getting a drive-through at the start, spinning, and a couple of penalties and stuff like that, and overheating tyres as well. And he still won the race because the Racing Point seemed to be too quick for him, so he's switched to Renault. Anyway, here we are, starting the Russian Grand Prix. It looks like the moment. Miku told me that it's raining right now. Is that the truth? Let's see. Let's go on board. Yes, it is raining right now. I can see some drops. This is going to be an interesting start to this race. As we wait for everyone to line up, we're going to start round 2 here in Russia. Round 2 of the THL Realistic League. The lights come on. And so away we go. No one gets a jump start like last week, but Marco gets a good start. But Rantix flying off the line. He takes the lead. And ahead of Marco already, but Marco has a slipstream coming to turn 2. And here we go. There's a bit of lag at the back, but here it goes Marco on the inside of Rantix. Oh, they almost touch, but the Haas has to go across the escape road of turn 2 there. It's Pytrek on the inside of Marco. That's very close into turn 3, but Rantix leads this race from Marco, then Pytrek, Gogachura, Icebreaker, Paul and Jagger having a little battle at the back. Rakdos P8, here comes Jacob on the inside of Lion there. Lion's had a poor start from P5, down to P9, that's not a good start for him. Miku in P11, kept it clean, kept the place. Back to the front though, Rantix leading this race. And his yellow flag, and Lion has spun at the back. And he's damaged his wing. So that's an unfortunate start for Lion. He had a great qualifying starting in P5. But he has dropped all the way down to P12, last place. Let's go up to... Oh, there's been a crash, Marco! Marco spun, but he doesn't have any damage. That's made the race very interesting indeed. Maybe the rain has come early, like Lion and Marco have already been caught out by the rain, possibly. Marco's sliding all over the place. But Rantix leads after the first lap. Pytrek in second place. Gogachira in third. Icebreaker P4. But Pytrek on the back of that Williams in that red. Oh, he locks up, almost runs to the back of Rantix there into turn 3. Here we go. Pytrek and Rantix very close, and it's still raining. I see the raindrops on the track. Could we see the inters very soon? It's raining right now. I can see the drops on the screen as well when I go on board. The rain is getting heavier. Okay, Lion is pitted for the sauce, but now the overtake being used by Pytrek on the back of Rantix. Can he get past him? Here he goes on the outside to turn 13. Side by side, and Pytrek now around the outside of Rantix gets the lead of the race. And Miku and Jacob fighting at the back. Miku gets the place in 8th place, so a good start for Miku there. From 11th, starting 11th, and now moving up to 8th. As now Pytrek and Rantix fighting for the lead, but Gogachira on those mediums starting to catch up to them. Pytrek, fastest lap, a 1:37.0. So he's absolutely flying at the moment. Is he too quick for this car as well? Maybe we have to put him in a different car again, but we'll see what happens. As Alex Braun overtakes Jacob at the back. And Jagger has passed Paul into turn 2, gets P5. The medium's actually coming alive at the moment in the rain, which is kind of weird because usually the softer tyres are better for damp conditions. Like conditions that are like the track is damp but it's not quite yet ready for inters. Usually the softs are better for that, but it seems like the mediums are coming alive, at least for Jagger anyway. Rakdos picks up a 3-second penalty. Always Rakdos the first guy to pick up a penalty in these races. And no change there. But we will see quite a lot of penalties, I reckon. Russia is a big cutting track. Here we go, Paul as a DRS and the overtake on Jagger. Can he get him back? It's starting to rain a bit more, so we could see the change of the inters soon. Into turn 13 we go. Oh, Paul is at the back of Jagger, but Jagger's managed to hold off. Managed to hold on and save himself from spinning. But this has put Rakdos on the back of them now. Let's go back to the front. Oh shit. Let's go back to the front. Rantix still within DRS on Pytrek. Meanwhile, Rakdos, he's got the DRS on Paul. On the inside into turn 2 he goes. These medium runners are coming alive right now. Rakdos on the inside. Paul has to take the escape road once again, just like lap 1. Stays ahead of Rakdos. Okay, he's got a legal overtake. That's fair enough. But can Miku take advantage? Yes, he can. On the inside he goes on Paul. Into turn 4. Gets that move done. Nice move there from Miku, taking the opportunity of Paul's mistake. Miku up to 7th now. But these medium runners though, like the Alpha Tauris especially, their tyres are coming alive right now. Rakdos not so much, but the Alpha Tauris though, they're on fire right now. Jega and Miku both catching up through the field, and the rain is getting worse once again. We will definitely see the change to Inter soon. It's very close to the front, but can Alex Braun go for the move? On Paul, no, not quite. Let's go back to the battle for the lead between Pytrek and Rantix. We can see that the drivers are getting slower. Miku picks up a penalty. We can see the drivers are getting much slower on the track right now because the rain is coming down. Rantix saving the ERS. Alex Braun overtakes Paul. Rantix having a little look on Pytrek there into turn 2, but doesn't go for the move. He's too far back. Here we go to turn 3. He's having a little look again, but Pytrek holding on, but Miku has overtaken Rakdos into turn 2, but Miku has to take the escape road as well. How many people have taken the escape road? Marco has gone to the Inters, so he's going on. He's the first to blink for the Inters. Very interesting stuff. Marco on the Inters right now. Let's go to him. Let's see how he goes. It might be a bit too early for those tyres at this stage, because no one else is, and also DRS is not disabled yet, so it might be a bit yeah, he's sliding around at turn 2. I think it's a gamble though. It's a gamble, it's fair enough, but I think it's a little bit too early maybe for Marco there. Okay, back to this battle. Alex Braun on the back of Rakdos now. He's got the overtake and the DRS and gets past. Alex Braun gets past Rakdos into turn 13. Almost hits the back of Miku. But Alex Braun is showing some good pace after not having a good performance in Australia. He's showing some good pace at the moment. But now that it's raining more, probably the soft tyres are coming alive. Who knows though? Because the soft tyres for Alex Braun right now are much faster than the guys on the mediums. He's past Rakdos and he's about to pass Miku as well. And may gain on Jega in the other AlphaTauri. Here we go, Alex Braun has the DRS and he's going to the outside of Miku into turn 2. Gets the move done into P6. Easy move there. But he's gone wide there, Miku. He's coming back at him into turn 3. He's going around the outside, but Alex Braun has the inside line. And he stays in P6. Alex Braun with the soft tyres, they're coming alive right now. He is actually gaining on Jagger as well, so yeah. I was right actually, that the soft tyres at this stage are the better tyre. Because it's obviously raining right now, and a damp track when it's just like not ready for inters, maybe gets another penalty. But you can see Jagger there ahead struggling on those mediums. Meanwhile, Alex Braun on these soft tyres, they're coming alive in the damp conditions. Here we go. Alex Braun moving to the outside, turn 13. Is he going to get the move done on Jagger now? Yes, he is. Oh, he's overshot it though. Is Jagger going to get him back? Oh, he's sliding all over the place, Jagger. Alex Braun will get that done. The softs have so much more traction. The mediums just have no grip in the rain. Yellow flag. What has happened? There's a Haas. Spun and it's Paul. Paul is out. And there's a safety car. So that's the perfect time. Maybe people bid for inters now. It's a safety car because of Paul retiring there. At turn 14, or the exit of turn 14. Let's see, icebreaker pitting. Let's see, does he go into the inters? Yes, he does. Jagger inters, Rakdos inters, Jacob inters probably as well. So it's a perfect timing for this safety car to come out, because it is the crossover point now. But the guys in P1 to P5, they stayed out on the dry tyres. So who knows? Maybe they lose some time. I don't know. I don't know, honestly. So it looks like Paul spun at the exit of that corner and went into the wall. So that's unfortunate for the Haas driver. After retiring the first race, of course, due to the due to the fact that he actually picked the wrong tyres after the race restart. So he was going to be disqualified anyway. Anyway, that was very interesting that when Alex Braun coming through the field in those soft tyres, mainly because the soft tyres are just they're just so good in the damp conditions, like kind of like this, like the track is wet but it's not quite ready for inters. The soft tyres are better in that situation. That's why Alex Braun was quick. But now the two leaders come in for the inters. And everyone in the top 5 should. Yep, Alex Braun pits, Mickey pits. Everyone on the inters now, I'd assume. Oh, Alex Braun double stacked with Pidetrack there. Yep, everyone on the inters now. So it's the crossover period. So this safety car, this will bunch up the field, and it will help the likes of Marco, who went on the inters too early in my opinion. So Marco, this will help him, and it will also help Lion, who spun into the wall lap 1. And it won't help the guys with the penalties. Miku on 6 seconds already. Rakdos 3 seconds, Jacob 3 seconds, Lion 3 seconds. Everyone else with nothing at this stage. Let's see the positions gained. Pidetrack has gained 2. Rantic stayed in the same position. Gugashura gained 1, Icebreaker gained 1, Jagger gained 3. Alex Braun with his pace on the soft tyres at the end. Oh, Lion! Lion crashed at the exit of turn 3, just coming to turn 4. So he must have just lost it on the... that's understandable, actually. Like, he must have lost it on the... Like, that's a very tricky corner in the wet, so probably just lost the rear into the wall. That's understandable. So that's unfortunate for Lion. It's not been a good race for him. He had a good quali, but it just didn't go. It just didn't happen the same in the race for him. Anyway, what was I saying? Alex Braun, after that good pace on the soft tyres, as the wet conditions, as like the damp track on the soft tyres are better. Usually, he's gained 6 positions. Miku started 11th up to 7th, gaining 4 places. Rakdos up 1, Jacob up 1, and Marco the big loser in this race so far. Starting from pole and dropping to 10th, which is 9 places. So at the moment, it is now into weather. But as the host of the lobby said to me, well, I don't think actually, I think someone else has the lobby, but so Miku, the weatherman, said to me that it will be heavy rain at some point in this race. So we might see the wet tyres come into play. Might see the full wet tyres come into play in this race. Depends how long the safety car is. It should be in this lap. Everyone's caught up. Yeah, Marco is caught up. just going to be chaos. We have not seen any wet action so far because the guys changed to the inters under the safety car, so I can't wait to see what the wet action, I can't wait to see what the wet will bring. Russia, not usually an exciting track, but the wet can do anything in any track. It can cause chaos in any track, so I'm hoping it does the same here. Safety car in this lap. So Pytrek looking to back up the field, and he really is backing up the field. Look at that. Pytrek really is backing up that field. But Rantix with that straight line speed of the Williams, looking to hopefully take the lead. Maybe, but we'll see. Oh, I'm not sure if that was lag or a bit of contact behind, but it looks like a bit of lag because there's no penalties being given for contact. Here we go, Pytrek really backing up the field. Oh, Marco gets a 5-second pen for a collision with Jacob there. Oh, Pytrek is really backing up the field at the last corner. What is going on here? And Pytrek is gone now as we are underway, but he's got a bad exit. Rantix is all over the back of him. As you come down towards turn 2, Rantix using the overtake. Is he going to get the lead? No, he isn't. Not quite, but Pytrek had a really bad exit out of turn 2, but now here comes Rantix on the inside, turn 3, side by side. Oh, in the wet. Turn 3, side by side. That's very, very ballsy. But now Rantix, oh, he's coming back at him. This is a great battle between these two for the lead. We've already had some action. Jagger has passed Icebreaker for P4. Oh, Jagger gets a penalty on the inside. Maybe that will be reported. Maybe Icebreaker didn't give him much room. Meanwhile, Rantix just has so much better traction than Pytrek right now. He's looking to take the lead away from him. So far on the safety car restart, we've had a lot of action. And two guys at the back on the wet tyres. That's a bit of a gamble, to say the least. I don't think it's quite time for the wet tyres yet. Still looks like it's light rain. Oh, a lock-up from the Williams of Rantix as he tries to chase down Pytrek as Miku has passed Alex Braun for P6. Or Gogashira on the back of Rantix in that Red Bull. Can Gogashira get that move? Get this move on Rantix? Here we go. Overtake being deployed for the Red Bull. But it's also overtake being applied for Rantix, trying to defend this second place. Oh, but Gogachira almost, well, he's so much faster than Rantix in turn 3 there. Yeah, those guys in the wets are losing so much time. That is not a good call from them. It's a bit of a disaster for Marco after starting from pole. Just saying. This is the moment, 3-second penalty for Jagger. 6 seconds for Miku and Rakdos. And also Marco and Jacob with 3 seconds as well. Yellow flag and a racing point at the back. Spun and he's on the wet tyres. So yeah, that's not a good choice for Jacob going on the wet tyres there. He's spun on those, so not really a good choice there. But Pytrek now pulling away from Rantix. Pytrek pretty quick in the wet, but Gogachira has some good pace here. Maybe Rantix is a dry setup because he is quite slow right now on these in these conditions. I'm not sure if he has a dry setup or it's just the car that he has, the Williams. But Gogachira all over the back of this Williams. And Lion obviously leaves the session because he's DNF'd. Gogachira with the overtake, but Rantix is probably using it as well to defend. Yes, he is. A little look for Gogachira, but not close enough. Miku gaining on Icebreaker in the Haas right now. AlphaTauri versus Haas. Oh, Gogachira on the inside, turn 4 on Rantix. Is he going to get this done? Side by side, oh, there's almost touching. Almost touching, but Gogachira gets the place for P2. Nicely done from the Red Bull driver. But Rantix is struggling in these conditions. What is going on with him? Now Jagger's looking to get P3 from him. Rantix really struggling in these conditions though. So something is up here. Oh, Alex Braun has passed Miku. What has happened to Miku? Miku's got wing damage. So he must have crashed at the exit of some corner. I don't know where. But that's unfortunate for Miku. He was having some good pace there actually in the wet conditions. Oh, and he's gone straight into the wall! But luckily, his wheel is not off. That was very lucky that he's very lucky not to be out of the race there. Going into the wall like full speed pretty much. He probably has his whole wing off now, even though on the graphic it doesn't. Probably has his oh, he just crashed into the wall. He's crashed into the wall on the exit of that corner. I don't know what to say about that crash, but moving on to his teammate, Jagger, in the other AlphaTauri. Sliding, but Jagger really gaining on Rantix. There's a yellow flag in sector 1. What has happened? Maybe Jacob on those wet tyres. 56 seconds behind Marco, casually. So your order right now in going towards the half race distance. We are in the half race distance. Pytrek leading from Gogachira. Rantix, Jagger 4th, chasing Rantix down. Icebreaker P5. Alex Braun in P6. Rakdos 7th, Marco 8th. And Jacob 9th. The DNFs are Miku, Lion and Paul. As we have 9 drivers remaining in this race. Oh, but Gogachira on the back of Pytrek. What has happened to Pytrek? He has lost so much time. He's lost a second this lap. Gogachira looking to take the lead away. In the Red Bull, here he goes. Around the outside at turn 2. Well, turn 1 actually. Gogachira has got past Pytrek into the lead. The Red Bull takes the lead of this race from the Renault of Pytrek, who is 1.2 seconds ahead going to the last sector, by the way. So I don't know how he lost an entire second in one sector. But Gogachira having some really good pace in these wet conditions right now. Must be a Verstappen kind of driver, because like obviously Red Bull and Verstappen, you know, like there's a yellow flag somewhere in sector 2, but it might have been just runners. Okay, Marco's gone back on the inters and is now 1 minute 23 seconds behind the pack. Jagger's still struggling to get past Rantix at the moment. It's just not close enough. I've no idea when it's time for the full wets. Still looks like it's into conditions, but maybe the rain is getting heavier. Oh, Ranchix faked the pit entry there. He was looking to go in the pits and he faked it. That was very cheeky of him. Pytrek keeping the 1 second to keep it. Pytrek is keeping within 1 second of Gogachira in the lead. In fact, he's actually very close to the back. We have 2 separate battles. First and second, and third and fourth battling for position. No one else is actually battling for position other than the top 4. So here we go, Jagger is the closest driver in the AlphaTauri, behind the Williams of Rantix. And Pytrek in the Renault chasing down Gogachira in the Red Bull. Jagger still not close enough to get the move on the Williams. Pytrek has dropped out of the 1 second mark on Gogachira. So the only battle on track really is these two we're watching right now. Jagger and Rantix. But there's I hear some I hear the Renault downshifts from Pytrek ahead. It's quite interesting. But when will we go to the full wets? The rain is definitely getting heavier. So maybe it's time for the full wet soon. I don't know when, but soon, for sure. Or Jagger has no grip. Definitely time for the full wet soon because everyone is just sliding around everywhere. But wow, I don't know what is going on with Rantix in these conditions. Oh, Jagger drifting once again. I don't know what is going on with Rantix in these conditions. He's very quick in the dry, but he's quite slow. He's dropped off in the wet conditions here. Very interesting indeed. But Pytrek won the first race in Australia. Maybe we see Gogachira winning this because he's looking quicker than the Red Bull at the moment over the Renault. But still, Jagger is not close enough to go for a move on Rantix. I reckon if he had DRS, he would have got him by now. Let's see. Oh, Rantix is pitting. And so is Pytrek. I think it's time for the full wets. We're going to find out though. What does Pytrek go on to? Pytrek does go onto the full wets. Oh, okay, so it is time for the full wets, but Jagger has stayed out on the inters, so what could be right here? Could it be time for the wets? The rain looks very heavy in the view from the above thing. The rain looks very heavy. The rain looks quite heavy now, so it definitely is time for the full wets, I think. So maybe these guys have made a mistake staying out on the inters. We'll see though. Marco made a good call. I mean, Rektos, sorry, made a good call for the wet tyres. He pitted last lap. Okay, Pytrek is really gaining on these guys now on the inters in front. Gogachira might have just thrown away his race win because of this. Because Pytrek is really gaining a lot of time on the Red Bull right now. And he's got his teammate ahead of him. What's going to happen here between the two Renaults? Surely Alex Braun just lets him go. Yep, he does. That's respectful. But yes, it's obviously time for the full wets. Pytrek is gaining fast on the guys in front on the inters to stay out. Rantix is gaining, Pytrek is gaining fast, so Pytrek will probably inherit the lead from these guys. So it's a good call from Pytrek to stay one lap earlier, stay out for one more lap. Although it could be close, not gonna lie. It's gonna be very close between Pytrek and Gogachira. But Pytrek has got out in front. Gogachira though, still quite close. Gogachira actually hasn't lost that much time. Apart from one position. He actually hasn't lost that much time, so... Of course, obviously, Gogachira is in the faster car. So he should gain. And Rantix has gained 2 seconds on Jago through that pit stop, so that's unfortunate. But also, Pytrek and Gogachira on a... Well, Pytrek's tyres are 1 lap older, but the graphic doesn't say that. For some reason it doesn't say that. So let's see, can Gogachira gain this time back on Pytrek? Maybe not, Pytrek is still pulling away. Pytrek is still pulling away from the pack. We got blue flags. Probably further McLaren behind, yes. There's also the racing point of Jacob being lapped as well. Gogachira within a second now of Pytrek as we're heading down towards turn 2, but obviously not close enough to go for an overtake. Jago not really gaining on Rantix as well, so... Well, as you can see there, Gogachira has 0 laps. So Pytrek's tyres are 1 lap older. So technically Gogachira should be quicker. And so should Jago and Rantix. They're 1 lap younger. He pitted 1 lap after they did, so should be faster. Seems like the wet tyres 1 lap difference makes a difference. It's quite interesting, to be honest. We had a pretty entertaining first few laps with the crashes and a few overtakes. And the safety car restart as well, the good battle for the lead with the safety car restart. But now the action has just died down slightly, which is honestly what I expected, because this track is boring. But yeah. Pytrek made a bit of a mistake there. Gogachira looking on the back of him. Well, it's not boring. It's just like, it's a boring track usually, but obviously, even Australia was a good race, so anything the fact that this is realistic cars actually makes it interesting because the fastest driver is not actually winning, and because he's in the slowest car. So this realistically is pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. It's been pretty interesting so far, seeing these unexpected drivers at the top. Next race, round 3 of the season, is at Silverstone, so I'm really looking forward to Silverstone. That's one of my favourite tracks on the calendar. This one not so much, but Silverstone is, so I'm looking forward to it. It should be a very interesting race. Maybe it could be wet as well. There's definitely a chance for Silverstone to be wet, because, you know, it's England. It's always wet. Well, it's not always wet in the UK, but it rains quite a lot, so. We have some battles actually forming up now. Jagger has gained back the time on Rantix. If this was F1 2018, Jagger would be really good in the wet, but on this game, not so much. He's still not too bad, it's just not as good as he is on that game, in these conditions. Rakdos also on the back of Alex Braun in the Renault. So you've got some battles forming, so it's not completely boring at this stage. It's not a completely boring race with no battles on track, so it's actually been pretty alright the whole way through. So I'm pleased with that we actually, despite the chances of there being a boring race at this track, actually hasn't been that boring. I actually quite enjoy watching this. Oh, Jagger picking up another penalty. So interesting. He's pushing really hard to try and get Rantix here, to the point where he got a penalty. Well, here he goes though. Jagger on the inside into turn 2 on Rantix. Rantix holding on around the outside of turn 2. Oh, but Jagger's going full throttle almost around turn 3, but doesn't quite get the traction to overtake him. Yeah, I've actually quite enjoyed this race. I didn't expect much, because this is not, I don't rate this track much, so I didn't expect much in the race, but oh, it's actually not been too bad. It's kind of like the real life F1 Spain race. It was better than it was expected, but it's still kind of to say the least. But it's been alright. There's been a few battles, but not like very entertaining battles, just like overtakes and overtake attempts and short side-by-side battles, but like nothing like super exciting the whole way through, let's say. But anyway, Jagger's still on the back of Rantix. Gogatura. So, I'm sorry for the coughing, by the way. I have some stuff in my throat and all that, so really sorry about that. I hope it's not very interrupting, but I'm trying my best. We're almost done here, so. Gogatura gaining on Pytrek as well. Well, in the last sector, Gogatura is gaining, but everywhere else he's just not close enough to go for anything. It's the same with Jagger around turn 2, actually. He gets a much better traction around turn 2. But anywhere else, he doesn't seem to get a good exit, so. It's probably the same with P6 and P7 as well. Like, Rakdos cannot get a good exit at some corners, but it gets a good exit at other corners. We've got to keep an eye on 3 battles here, so Gogatura on the back of Pytrek once again, but he's just not close enough to go for the move. just not close enough. Gogachu doesn't have the traction in the last sector. He's closer in the first two, but he's just not close enough in the part where he needs to be close. So it's the last sector, obviously. Rakdos picking up a penalty while chasing down Alex Braun. Was a good exit for Gogachira. Is he going to finally challenge for the lead here? Overtakes on. Slipstream is there, but it's just not close enough. He's still 2 tenths behind, but he's just not close enough. The braking zone isn't heavy enough. Punchak once again gets a bad exit. Is he going to get the move on the inside into turn 3? Gogachira on the inside into turn 3. But can he finally get the lead? Punchak is right on the tight outside, but here comes Gogachira. Side by side, he's off the track. He's using all the overtake, but Pytrek holds on for the lead. But once again, a bad exit from Pytrek. Gogachira on the inside, but still doesn't get the move done. Oh, he gets a penalty as well. I think that's decided the race right there. Gogachira getting a penalty, I think that's decided the race lead. They can still fight for position, but unless Pytrek gets a penalty himself, he will win this race. But Gogachira used all his ERS to fight Pytrek there, so he doesn't have much left. He has 13%. Let's see how much Jagger has. 19. So he has a bit. He has not much more than Gogachira. But in the right conditions, it should be easier to get ERS back. Oh, here comes Gogachira, is still very close to Pytrek. He's actually ran out of. He's actually derated there. You can see the X on the thing. He's actually derated. Here we go. The battle for the lead continues between Pytrek and Gogachira. But can Jagger also get a good exit on Rangix? No, Rangix just has immense traction out of that corner. Rangix has great traction out of the last corner. It's not making Jagger close enough. Jagger's getting a much better, he's getting some better speed than Rangix through turn 3. I don't know what it is with Pytrek's exits, but Gogachira is getting some amazing exits on him in most corners. Well, he's pulling away now, but obviously Pytrek will win the race regardless unless he gets a pen and Gogachira overtakes him, but I don't know how many warnings Pytrek is on. I can maybe check that, but I don't know if I want to. So let's have a look at the penalties now. Gogachira 3 seconds. Jagger 6 seconds, Icebreaker 3 seconds, Alex Braun 5 seconds. He must have got that for speeding. Rakdos 9 seconds. Marco 6 seconds and Jacob 6 seconds. Miku had 9 seconds, I think, but he's out. And Lion had 3 as well. Rakdos now on 12 seconds. This isn't good for the McLaren driver, chasing down the Renault of Alex Braun. This doesn't look like it's going to be a climatic ending, to be honest. It's a bit of a dull period right now, but welcome to Russia. Or Jagger with a good speed, is he going to try and go around the outside and turn 4 on the inside. No, he didn't quite get it. He was having a little look though. Icebreaker gets a pin. Jigger's still chasing down Rantix. So we start the penultimate lap of this race, and not much has happened. I've gone off the. I was going off watching it, and I didn't miss anything. I was typing to chat. So yeah, we have a bit of a boring ending, but like I said, welcome to Russia. I didn't really expect much, to be honest. But Silverstone next week, I'm expecting a lot from that race, because considering how interesting this realistic series is, it could have a lot of battles. Silverstone could have a lot of battles. Like, I'm really looking forward to it. Like, it was very interesting in Australia even. Like, sometimes this race has been interesting at times with the car difference. So it could be a very interesting series, this. But I'm looking forward to Silverstone. I'm looking forward to Silverstone next week. Could provide a lot of battles, especially with how, like I said, especially with how interesting the car difference is between there are some guys you just not expect to challenge at the front. But they can do it because they're in faster cars. It's crazy. But last lap of this race here in Russia. And Pytrek, after winning last race in Australia, in the Racing Point, is looking to win again in a different car. But actually this time he did not dominate the race. He didn't completely dominate the race, so Renault's probably a more suited car for him. I think if he was in the Racing Point, he would be still quite a way ahead. And obviously, Gogachura would not have challenged him at all in the times that he did if he was in the Racing Point. So I think Pytrek suits this Renault more than the Racing Point. Well, he was too quick for the Racing Point. Simple as that, really. So Pytrek on his last lap. Looking, so it's the second win in 2 races of this season so far. He's looking good for the championship. But his rival, though, Rantix and Gogachura, his main rivals today, is the yellow flag, and it's a Racing Point of Jacob at the back. He's had a bit of a disaster race, and so is Marco, the pole sitter Marco, by 12,000. We were looking forward to him and Rantix battling, but unfortunately, Marco spun in the last sector at some point. Here comes Pytrek now. He is going to take the race win for the second time in as many races. Oh, he almost goes to the pit. He almost finishes in the pits. Here comes Pytrek around the final corner and takes the win in Russia. Gogachura finishes second for Red Bull. A good challenge from Gogachura on Pytrek for most of that race, but just lost out at the end. Rantix holds off the AlphaTauri of Jagger for P3. A good result for Rantix there. Jagger 4th. A good race from him as well. Icebreaker having a pretty boring race, I think. He's had quite a lonely race. I have not mentioned him much today, so he's had a pretty lonely race. He's had a race of his own. But he's now drifting around, having fun. P5 for Icebreaker. Alex Braun in P6. Rakdos was just not quick enough to get Alex Braun there, so Alex Braun will get P6 and Rakdos 7th. With Marco in 8th and Jacob in 9th. That was a pretty interesting race, apart from the end. The end was pretty boring, to say the least. But Alex Braun gets the driver of the day. Could be a contender. Like, he had some crazy pace on the softs at the beginning. So it's a bit of a mixed race. We had a very interesting beginning and middle, but the ending was a bit boring at the end. But Pytrek takes the second win of the season. Gogachura in P2 for Red Bull. Rantix 3rd. Jagger 4th. Icebreaker P5. Alex Braun 6th. Rakdos 7th. Marco 8th. And Jacob in 9th. The DNFs Miku, Lion, and Paul. Paul losing it in the last sector. Paul losing it in the last sector in around lap 2 or 3. Or maybe further in, actually. It was just when the safety car came out and there was a crossover point. Lion lost it under safety car at turn 3. And Miku just did a pretty... let's not talk about that. But at least... for AlphaTauri's sake, Jagger did pretty well to get 4th. So that was could have been better, but it was an alright second race here in Russia. And we'll see you guys next week for the British Grand Prix in Silverstone.